Hey guys, and welcome. In this video, we're going to be creating one of the most important characteristics of a game, that is winning. Practically, in the last video, we had done some of our game, and we had done a little bit of one coin that we had, and it rotates, and you can collect that, and you have completed the score. Now we're going to create a winning system in Unity. So firstly, I'm going to go to this win area, and I'm going to press F to concentrate on that, obviously, and then I'm going to add a game object, that is 3D object Q. Okay. Oh man, that's so accurate. Now I'm going to name this to win trig for win trigger. This is going to act as my trigger. I'm going to go right in there. Let me just go even closer to this. Yeah. So I'm going to make it till here, and I'm going to SX. I'm going to size it. I was using the Blender shortcut actually. Too much habit of Blender spoils you. And I'm going to make this a little bit more wider, and I'm going to bring this backwards. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Ctrl+D to bring this block behind till it reaches here. Now I'm going to untick the mesh renderer in this one, and I'm going to attach icon to this so that it's visible from behind. And I'm going to select this one, and I'm going to untick the mesh render even from this one and select an icon so that it's visible from behind. As you can see, the icons are visible. Now I want this to be named as a wall because that's what it's going to be doing. And for the win trig, what I'm going to do is I am going to the box collider and press is trig. Now let's just add a script to our player, which is going to tell that when we hit this trigger what to do. And that is why we are going to go to our firstly, but before that, we need to create another scene. So I'm going to save this scene, save scene, and I'm going to create a new scene right in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to game object, and I'm going to go to UI, and I'm going to add a canvas. In that canvas, I'm going to go to UI, and I'm going to add a panel, and I'm going to change the panel to 255, 255, 255, and 255 to become completely white. And game object UI text. So here you're gonna see that. Let me select the canvas, and yeah. So if I select the text, you're gonna see that I have the text right in here, and I'm going to make this text in the middle of my screen of the canvas, so that I can select it till here. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just size its limits a little bit bigger so that it can even fit even more. And I'm going to go to this text, and I'm going to change this to 100. And okay, it requires a little bit of more size, so I'm going to take it here, and I'm going to just bring this to here. Let's write level level 1 and exclamation mark, and let's just bring it again in the middle of my screen. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to take this level 1 level, and I'm going to save this scene as my 1. Just 1. So save it, and then what you need to do is you need to go to good tut and open it, which was our first scene. Now go to the player, and but before that, let's just go to our trigger, which is this one, the trigger that we created. And for come to know about that, the win trig that we have right in here, and to go and edit the win trig, and let's just create our new add tag and name this to be trigger. Now go to our win trig and change the tag to trigger, and let's just go to our player now, and let's just add a component, namely win script. So in this script, we are going to identify whether our player has hit the trigger or not. And if it has hit the trigger, then it's going to wait for 2 seconds, and then after that it's going to transition to the next scene. And actually this is now going to be scripting only, because that's what we're going to do. So let's get to the Win script right in here and open it. Reload solution. And right in there, firstly, let me tell you that for the Win script, you need to create a new void on trigger enter. Now, how do you know things are trigger? Because you check the text box of is trigger here. Trigger, enter, and right here you're gonna firstly create curly brackets, bring it, and right in there I'm gonna name this collider, which is if it collides, and let's just name this when. So if win dot game object dot tag is equals double equals to trigger, yeah, so I forgot to put if here. So if win dot game object dot tag is double equals to trigger. Now I want to put something here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a value of a string, like let's just take a string public, let's take it private string my st. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right in there, my st is double equals to 1, and I'm going to put a semicolon right in here, and let's just put it equals to, then mist is equals to 1. So practically it's not doing anything except it's doing mist is equals to 1. So whenever it touches this, it is going to print mist is equals to 1. Now we want a value that is going to tell how much time we need to stay and how much time we need to go. So public float time passed is time passed unless it's remained to 0, and public float and time required is equals to, let's just do it 2f, and in the update method what I'm going to do is time passed and plus is equal to and time dot delta time right in there. Now I need to create an if statement that is going to be if, and I'm going to create the statement if mist is equals to 1, and put a value here. I mean, yeah, I put a little bit of syntax error every time I do it. If mist is double equals to 1, and we need to put another if statement in it, that is if time passed is so you're gonna see right in the time passed plus okay, I did a little bit of logic error. So this is if mist is equals to 1, then we're gonna put it here and we're gonna copy the statement from here. I'm gonna cut it so that if mist is equals to 1, then only it starts doing this thing. And now we're gonna put another statement, that is if time passed, that is this, is greater than time required, then it's gonna put a value of it's gonna scene manager but scene manager is right now not in our using system. So what we are going to do is we're going to go up a little bit using Unity engine dot and scene management, and that's what we want. So scene manager, oh no, manager dot load scene, and I'm going to put an index value of 2 to this because I want the value to be 2. Now the point is that it's going to start the counting when it's going to be here, and mist is equals to 1 when this is touching this. So right in there, this should work, I mean, and let's see if it works or not, because but before that, let's just clear the program a little bit out. And here what I'm going to do is I'm going to save the assets of a script here, and the wall is going to do its work well, and it's going to go out of there after some time. But before that, let's just go to build settings. Now what we want to do in the build settings is we want a second index, that is a build settings, a second index to be there, which is this one, and I've already set it, so you can set this second index. Let's now play our game, and hopefully it should work. On for winning, and after 2 seconds it's gonna show level 1. So yeah, now we have done the level 1 thing in this video. In the next video we are gonna do quit button and the packaging of the game. Obviously you can set up the level as you want. So thank you for watching everybody, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, neither forget to hit the like.